I thought that this romantic film was going to lose me many times while it was going on, using the same tropes or plot devices, etc., that these movies sometimes do that take you out of it. Then the ending happened. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. As always, I am your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today, of course, it's Valentine's Day, so we gotta talk about a romance movie. Today, we're gonna be talking about The Photograph, starring Lakeith Stanfield and Issa Rae. I'm gonna warn you that I'm probably gonna spoil this movie, not because I didn't like it or anything. It's because I have to talk about the ending. Because, see, this movie did a lot of things I didn't like, and it did a lot of things I was really surprised by, and it took the ending of the movie for me to really to judge everything else. And it's hard for me to talk about the rest of the movie without talking about the end. So yeah, there's probably going to be spoilers in this review. So I will say this, that I think most crowds are going to be happy with this one. I don't think they're going to think it's this amazing movie, but I think they're going to think it's a solid love story. And as we're going along, by the way, I'm still deciding what I really thought of it. I don't think it was great, but I don't think it was like bad either. It was just, I thought in the end it was a decent love story. I think it's going to be probably better for couples on this Valentine's Day to go see it. Seeing it by myself as the lonely single guy that I am, it wasn't real fun to sit through at times, but I thought it was a decent love story. It's not the best love story I've seen, but there was things that were bothering me, than things I thought it was going to do that it didn't, and things it did do that I didn't think it would, and so there were some nice surprises. So yeah, I would recommend this one, at least for this weekend, for couples. Everyone else, if you're looking for a decent love story, you might enjoy it. I'm not going to say like rental at best. It would make a decent rental. But I don't think most audience members are going to be disappointed by this one if they go see it in the theaters. So now we're out of non-spoiler territory here. Here's the setup for the movie. Lakeith Stanfield is a reporter for a newspaper, and he's in Louisiana gathering information on a story about one of the hurricanes. I don't exactly remember which one. And he notices, when he's interviewing this guy, he notices some photographs on his mantle, and he asks him about the photographs, and he talks about how it was from this woman that he used to be with. And so he's real interested in the photos, and he ends up finding out about the photographer, and that she's in New York, or she went to New York, and so he's doing research on her. Enter Issa Rae, or Issa Rae. Sorry, I'm going to mispronounce her name all the time. Issa Rae. She is the daughter of the photographer. So her mother has died not too long ago, and she didn't have a real close relationship with her mother, but her mother left her and her father, who she doesn't know, some notes to read. So the whole movie is Issa Rae reading this letter, and it kind of uses flashbacks to kind of see what she's reading. But Lakeith Stanfield's character, of course, is going to want to find out about this woman's photography. He meets Issa Rae, and he already kind of has a thing for her. You can tell he's smitten with her by the way, and of course they're both two really good looking people, so why not? All right, and then the whole movie is about them and their budding relationship, whatever it may be. Now, again, I'm getting in the spoiler territory here. There are some things in this movie that were bothering me because the okay, the way, okay, I gotta talk about the ending. I'm sorry, I just have to jump to the ending, and then I can kind of work my way backwards and talk about this. This movie did something I never expected it to do. See, because the mother, even though she didn't tell him, she got pregnant by the father of Issa Rae's character. She didn't tell him about it, though, and she just all of a sudden runs off to New York to try to become a photographer, and of course she becomes a really famous one. And so you think that the end of this movie is going to be someone's going to have to give up something for the other, right? Either Lakeith Stanfield's character is going to have to give up a job offer that's going to take him to London, or Issa Rae character is going to have to give up her career to move to London with him, right? You think that it's going to be one of them stupid endings, right? But it's not. The movie, for a romance movie, it had one of the most mature endings I've seen in a long time, because Lakeith Stanfield's character does move to London, and Issa Rae's character doesn't run after him to live with him. And because in this movie, they've only known each other throughout the entire span of the movie. I think it's only like a month, maybe. I kind of lost track of time, but it wasn't for very long. They didn't know each other for very long. And I thought they were going to still have to, well, you don't know this person very well, but you're going to make a stupid choice because you just have to be with them, right? Now, they do kind of do the you have to be with them thing, or you want to be with them thing, but they're real mature about it, because he takes the job, but she ends up, he even says to her, I want to try a long distance relationship. I come to you, you come to me. We'll get to know each other. I just want to get to know you. And I thought that was really mature. And in the end of the movie, she goes to see him in London. It's like, I want to be with you. I want to know you. And they're just giving it a shot. They're not saying we're 1,000% in love, we're ready to get married, all this stuff. No. It's just we're going to get to know each other. But here's the thing. While the ending is extremely mature, and some of the stuff that happens throughout the movie is also very mature, there's things where Lakeith Stanfield's character had barely broken up with this girl, and then he started dating Issa Rae's character, if you want to call it dating. They go on like 1.5 dates before sex time. And that's something that bothered me. I'll talk about that in a minute. They talk about this girl, and she even comes up whenever Lakeith Stanfield's brother's kids let it slip that they thought Issa Rae's character was this other girl. And you think that, oh, well, they're both down in Louisiana. This girl's in Louisiana. Of course she's going to show up and ruin everything. No, you don't even meet her. And I thought, the movie is very mature. They used that as like a plot device, but they didn't have to feel like they had to bring her in to have them split or whatever. No, it's more about just their relationship, on where is this relationship going to go? Are they going to rush it? Are they going to make stupid decisions? And you think, I thought that this movie was going to do something really dumb at the end, and I was going to hate this movie. But then the ending happens, and I'm thinking about everything that happened before. So a lot of the things like that, there's things that, again, he has the job offer, and he ends up, without even really working it out with her, he just takes it. It's because it's like, look, I've only known you for a little bit, but I still want to get to know you, but this is my dream, He needs a change, because he's been working this job like 4 or 5 years, and he feels a little stuck. So you think there's going to be a lot of immature decisions, like a lot of romance movies do. But no, he's just like, look, this is my career, and I'm going to take it, but I don't want to lose you. I want to learn more about you. I want to get to know you better. And she's like, well, it's not practical. You see that in the trailer. Well, they're trying to play it off in the trailer like she's just like her mother, even though she does throw out the, what if I'm just like my mom line, right? But it's not really like that. It's just both of them kind of have I don't know if it's trust issues, but they're both just kind of not very good at this, right? So they're still both learning. They both, Lakeith Stanfield's character has never really had anyone serious except kind of this last one that you never get to meet. And Issa Rae's character, they don't really talk about her love life a lot. But the mom story, they talk about her love life. And that's one of the part of the stories that bothered me. Not that it was bad. I really liked the story a lot. I thought the flashbacks were great. But, okay, they're trying to... Okay, she's reading these letters, right? First of all, I can't believe that all these flashbacks fit on like 4 or 5 pages of letter. You think it would be something like an email or something where you could have unlimited information. But anyway, a minor stupid complaint. But the mom's story, it's supposed to be her reading it throughout the movie. She keeps saying like, I just couldn't bring myself to read it or whatever. So it can just be there to be, well, when we need to reveal it in the plot. But here's the thing. It's real easy to figure out, and heck, you probably figured it out in the trailer, who her dad is. It's real easy. I mean, granted, maybe you're supposed to figure it out that easy, but I don't know. It almost takes her too long to meet him. And of course, being that Lakeith Stanfield's character is the guy who he interviewed, and he's interviewed him a couple times, he goes to visit the guy again, and hey, surprise, Issa Rae's there, right? Of course, he never told her at that time that he was leaving for London, and that leads to like a pretty tense argument. Yeah, the secrets that the letters are keeping, that the guy is her father, there's no real surprise there. Maybe there's not supposed to be. I don't know. I thought maybe there'd be some kind of twist in there that we didn't know, but yeah, no, that's real obvious. So that bothered me a little bit, but let's talk about sex. This movie, I think, would have been a lot stronger had these two characters not had sex after only really knowing each other for a very short time. Because, and look, sex happens, right? So, especially beautiful people get together, beautiful people are going to have sex. And of course, most people are going to want to see these two together because they do have a lot of chemistry. But, I mean, they've been on like one date, I think. And then he's helping her move stuff because the hurricanes are coming. He's like helping her move stuff. He helps her get stuff back to the apartment. They drink. And they make sweet, sweet love. And they barely know each other. And it's like... So anytime Lakeith Stanfield's character is like, I want to get to know you better, it's like, I think you kind of know her pretty well, if you know what I'm saying. So, it didn't really... I don't think it bothered me too much because they did have chemistry and sex does happen. But that's just it. They were building that these two had a connection for more than physicality. So I think... another mature choice that this movie could have made was not letting them not have sex, letting it all be all about the relationship. And I think that would have been a stronger story, I think. Because maybe like one of them wanted to, and because there is a point where, and I think it's in the trailer, where Issa Rae says, like, he's like, what are you doing? Are you praying? She's like, I might need to. I might need to be patient or whatever she says. I can't remember exactly what she says, about, maybe not doing this. And he's just like, Lakeith, I'm smooth Lakeith Stanfield, and blame it on the storm. And then they have sex, right? It's kind of a cheesy line. But yeah, I think them not having sex would have been a stronger story. That being said, again, the movie makes a lot of mature choices, and in the end, it was a fairly decent love story. Again, I'm not going to call it great. And again, the surprises, the quote unquote surprises weren't really that much of a surprise. But other than that, I thought it was a decent love story. And I think, especially this weekend, most couples are really going to enjoy it. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel. Like this video. You have anything to say about the photograph, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Until next time, I'm your host, the Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. Happy Valentine's Day.